I wanted to talk about this Tulsa real estate fund. And first of all, shout out to the Tulsa Real Estate Fund. I will be investing my $500 in it as a preliminary investment. And shout out to Jay Morrison, real inspirational brother, coming from the streets. I believe he's from Baltimore. Coming up, hard in the sticks, selling drugs and having to do criminal activity. And then to the point where he rose to basically the top of his field in real estate. And now he has created an investment vehicle for the black community to invest in, to help grow the black community. And that's something I wanted to talk about, man, because that is huge. That is huge. People don't realize the gravity of this. Okay, they don't realize that stuff like this is how you will rebuild a Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street was a group of black people in Tulsa, Oklahoma, in the 1800s and early 1900s, who, because they owned land, because they were productive, they were able to pool their wealth and their money and actually create a thriving community. And the money, flipped like for a whole week in the community before I even left that community. You know what I mean? So amazing, insane success of that type of community. Stuff like this is how you create Black Wall Streets. This is how you create stuff like that. It takes investment. It takes organizations funds like this. One day may be able to raise $5 billion. You know what I mean? For the black community, maybe even $10 billion. Okay, what would we do with $5 to $10 billion? We could build schools, we could build new housing. Hell, we could build whole new cities. We could influence politics in new ways other than just voting. Okay, we could just throw our money at a candidate and say, hey, we want XYZ done on the ballot or on the initiative completed. Okay, here's $300 million. You know what I mean? That is a game changer. Okay, a game changer. Okay, stuff like this is how you compete with China. There's no need to sit up there talking about we're going to have to bow down to the Chinese overlord for the next 100 years because they're so smart and they're so brilliant. There's no need for stuff like that. Okay? Because we now have, it's been exhibited, we now have a means and a way of raising the capital in our community to make our community more economically viable, more economically competitive and whatnot. You know what I mean? And actually rebuild our community from the ground up. Build communities again where people will feel comfortable to have families and to have that kind of thing. And to build a strong community again, which is what we need to get back to. Because right now, black folks, we haven't been strong on community building ever since the civil rights movement. We have not been strong on community building. We've been focused on a lot of silly stuff and a lot of bullshit, but not a lot of community building. You know what I mean? But stuff like this is huge. You know what I mean? This is absolutely huge. And this won't be the only time I speak on this, but I'll speak on this in the future. But leave comments, subscribe, let me know what y'all think. Peace.